Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to Inspired Energies. Today we're going to pull some cards and we're going to figure out what the energy is that might be going on and see if this resonates with you and have a discussion about it. And I want to set an intention for today's video is that no matter what comes up in these cards or whatever does come up in these cards helps us to ignite our inner joy, because that's what it's all about, is igniting our inner joy. Whatever's happening outside of us, ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to feel good on the inside, right? So how do we have control over that. We have a say in what we focus on and how we interpret the world and what we're going to tune into, right? There's this concept of all these billions of bits of information flying around all around us, and we can only tune into like one millionth of it with our focus, right? So everything is here now, and we want to train ourselves to focus on the right things. So let's get started. The first card I'm pulling is All That Glitters. And I mean, this is a dynamic card that if you are looking to increase your abundance, I think that this is a good sign that might be happening. Of course, I don't know the definition of this card, so let's find out what this card actually means. It could also mean that all that glitters is not gold, because look at these masks, right? Like what is behind the mask? Is it the unexpected, not what you're looking for? Are we believing in the mask and not in the truth, right? So now I'm starting to say, okay, wait a minute, this card might mean something totally different than when I first looked at it. So let's find out what it means. All right, so all that glitters. I think about like when we're often when we're asking for things, we're asking for abundance, right? But we have to like really ask ourselves, is that what we really need? And is that really what's going to spark our inner joy? Okay, yeah. So yeah, all that glitters. It says a need to see beyond the superficial, right? A desire to don on a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after sparkly new things, being mercurial, right? So do you feel like you're wearing a mask in your life? And do you feel like you're having to put on a mask or a personality or an attitude that's not really true for you, right? So I think that this card is asking you to look at that within yourself, because we want to feel this sparkle of this card. We want to feel the glitter of joy in our life. But we don't want to have to not be who we are. We want to be who we are in this life. And that's going to bring out our joy naturally, right? So the message is, it's only human to want to adorn oneself with trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. But do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? That's a really good question that we have to ask ourselves. As I wear this giant crystal ring, and it's glittery, and as I paint my nails these glittery colors, I mean, there is something to having things that make you feel good, right? But you have to ask yourself, am I doing this for inner joy, to feel good with like bring out my joy, just the appreciation of life and what it has to offer? Or am I wearing a mask and denying who I am, right? So nothing wrong with wanting nice things. I will just say that, right? But you have to ask yourself the motives behind wanting those nice things. Are you trying to get approval from somebody else, right? Because if you were trying to get approval from someone else, is that something that's going to bring you inner joy? Or is that just a hole of that you're trying to fill within yourself that really needs to be healed, right? All right, so I'm going to take this next card, and it is the Page of Wands. Now, the pages are great cards in the tarot. They bring new messages, new opportunities, new ideas with what I like to call a beginner's mindset, right? So maybe it's time to allow yourself to not have to put on that mask of, I know I'm perfect, I'm going to demonstrate that I'm perfect. But let yourself have a beginner's mindset and actually be imperfect, be perfectly imperfect, and try new things. Because perfect means, I would say, either done, completed, or it's never going to be done, because perfection doesn't really exist, right? So the Page of Wands, a beginner's mindset, taking action on some new things, letting yourself be new to something, and maybe allowing yourself to suck at something new, because that's bravery, right? So let's take from the Curious Travels Tarot deck, Page of Wands. Yeah, so I mean, think about something that you've put off because you aren't perfect. You didn't feel like you could be good enough, and you didn't want people to criticize you, right? Page of Wands is asking you to allow yourself to do that, okay? So the Page of Wands sits on a tree, balancing a salamander on their finger. The salamander represents the suit's element of fire and the raging passion behind new ideas, right? Are you within your new idea? Are you passionate about your new idea? Let yourself feel that passion, right? The page feels his inspiration deeply, but is not quite ready to take action. Okay, he's not quite ready. Instead, they sit on their tree rooted firmly in the ground, contemplating their own potential. So right now, you might be considering a new idea. And let yourself be flooded with that inspiration. Let it happen. Don't deny yourself anything because you feel like you have to put on that mask for other people, right? Focus on your inspiration. Tune into what is inspiring to you. So it's saying you're flooded with new ideas and the possibilities of surrounding them. You are completely infatuated with life. Feel free to sit in this curiosity. Do not rush into something because you feel you have to. When you're ready to pursue something new, make sure you build your ideas on a strong foundation. But again, a strong foundation is not about being perfect, right? So we want to allow yourself. So if you look at this pile of glitter and these masks, it's not a bad thing. It's pretty, actually. So it all depends on the meaning of how you interpret all that is glittering. Is it the glitter of inspiration for you? Or are you, again, trying to get approval from other people? Focus on your inspiration. Focus on the things that ignite your passion. Allow yourself to get excited about your ideas. All right, I love that message. So let's move on. Now we're going to do a secret card, and the secret card are manifestation cards. I love these cards. All right, so this says everything is an inside job, right? Just what we're talking about, igniting our inner joy. Isn't it great to know that you cannot control your world from the outside? Can't control it from the outside, right? Can't, just control it by putting on your mask. To change your world, to change your whole life, all you have to do is manage your thoughts and feelings on the inside of you, and then everything will change, right? So wear those adornments when they bring you joy for you. Wear them for you. But it says all you have to do is manage your thoughts and feelings on the inside, and then everything will change. And the Page of Wands is saying, be excited. about your vision for your life. Let yourself have those ideas. Focus on your inspirations, right? Because everything is an inside job. Remember that, right? Everything is an inside job. And once you allow your insides to live your highest joy, it's going to be reflected out on the outside, because you're going to be able to tune into that reality that's already here now. Nothing needs to be manifested. It's already here now. All right. So we're going to do one more card. I'm going to shuffle these because I like to look at the outside. They have drawings on the outside, and I like to tune in on one that I like with the drawing. And this is a girl in the sea with seals and fish, and she looks pretty happy swimming around in the sea. And I'm very attuned to the ocean, and I'm very lucky to have this place right now that is by the ocean that I want to share with you in my readings. So let's see what this has to say. Okay, so this is specifically about these seals. These selkies, these special seals can shed their outer form and become human. You too are capable of magical metamorphosis. I am capable of glorious, life-changing transformation. Glorious, life-changing transformation. All right? Because everything is an inside job. Everything is an inside job. And I am transforming. You are transforming. And the page says, let yourself have those inspirations and ideas. Drop the masks, drop the approvals that you're putting on for other people. It's just going to drain your energy, okay? So I love this message today. Thank you so much for being here. Please give me a thumbs up and spread the message. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up and spreading the message across the world so that we can all live our highest joy. And I can't wait to see you on the next video. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.